There she is.
I am backstage at Raw. You're getting a very authentic Natalya.
I like it. I like it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to CAC TV. I'm the David Difference. Oh, what a difference a Dave makes. And we are less than a week away for the 59th annual Cauliflower Alley Club, which is taking place here in Las Vegas at the Plaza Hotel and Casino, August 18th through the 20th. And my guest today will be getting her flowers on Tuesday night, the 19th. I'm talking about the low-key legend. She's in the Guinness Book of World Records. The best to ever do it, if you ask me. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up to the low-key legend, Natalya Neidhart.
Thank you so much, David. I really appreciate that. What an introduction. What a great, how much money do I owe you? I am backstage at Raw. I'm giving everybody a little, look, this is where all the shenanigans, all the magic happens. William Regal is doing a practice in the ring with some of our talent, which is really cool. They're setting up the show. We're in Quebec City, Canada. So it's a cool day. And I was so excited when you asked me to come on and talk about this because, of course, David, getting this huge honor from the Cauliflower Alley Club, for me, it's just been, people don't realize what it means to me because it meant so much growing up to my grandfather. Like my grandfather, Stu Hart, the Cauliflower Alley Club was something he looked forward to every single year. So I'm so excited, so grateful, and so honored to even just do this show with you right now.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you. And when your name came out, I was like, hell yes, Nattie's got to be there. And I know we was working out schedules and making sure it clicked, but I'm so glad. And it's been a pleasure communicating with you. You meet a lot of people in the business and you could tell just good people off top. And you're one of those people that radiates some magic. And I truly appreciate you. When you go next Tuesday, Las Vegas, and you accept that award, I mean, with the history and everything, and we're talking about the first female wrestler to receive the Lou Thesz Award from the Cauliflower Alley Club. What does that mean to you?
I mean, when you think of Lou Thesz, you think of, really one of the greatest professional wrestlers that's ever lived. And, I think of, he's one of the greats. And when I started learning more about the people that have received this award before me, I was like, wow, this is crazy that I'm even being considered for this. Nonetheless, being the first female to get this award, it was just something that kind of stopped me in my tracks because Lou Thesz actually worked for my grandfather in Stampede Wrestling. He knew my grandfather Stu Hart really well. And I just, it's a big deal. It's a very big deal. And so for me, I want to make sure that I do the award proud and that, it's something I don't take lightly. It's something that I think getting this award carries a lot of gravity.
Yeah, and I know so many people. I've been talking to people online. Everybody's excited to meet Nattie. It's so well deserved, and that one of our biggest missions for the Cauliflower Alley Club is helping out. Those are going through hard times that are in the wrestling industry. This is like 60 years we've been doing this, helping out and bringing stars of your caliber to the CAC reunion. Just helps us be able to help more people. And as somebody that's talked about going through times, growing up, your father, the GOAT, Jim the Anvil, that's my guy. The laugh that takes me back to my childhood. You've talked about going through hard times, where it was struggling. And how important is it to have an organization like Cauliflower Alley Club in the wrestling industry that you can turn to? That's good.
Bear with me, technical difficulties. But yeah, no, when I found out from you and the organization, I was not aware of just how much money the Cauliflower Alley Club raises. That last year you guys raised over $100,000 to give wrestlers in need. And yeah, when I was growing up and, even towards the last few years of my dad's life, he was, going through some hard times. And it's so cool to know how much you guys give back to such a great cause. Cause there's so many retired wrestlers out there that they can't perform anymore. They don't, they don't work for WWE. They're not under a Legends contract. They don't get big royalties, but they still need help. So what you guys do to give back is extraordinary.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah, and you're somebody that is passionate about the business. You talk about it all the time, how much you love this business. And, it's a volunteer-based organization, and we're, just as passionate. But to have such a legacy, what does that mean and for you to carry it going forward? And is that a lot of pressure? Or is that some Nattie just take on her back, let's ride?
Well, it's for me, the pressure of growing up in one of the greatest professional wrestling families in the world, the Hart family, like it's something I've never taken for granted. It's something I've never taken lightly because, my grandfather, Stu Hart, he started all of this. He was the one that kind of had to build everything from the ground up. And then you look at my uncles, Bret Hart, Owen Hart, the British Bulldogs, and my dad, Jim Neidhart, and you think, they had to follow his lead. They had to basically be the branches on this big tree, and the Stu was the root. He was the root of greatness. And then for me, I'm an extension of those branches. So it's, to me, it's like that's part of where my work ethic comes in. And that's where my world records come in, because I've had so many matches. I've worked in WWE. In January, it'll be 19 years that I've worked
That's
here.
crazy.
And it's unprecedented, uninterrupted. It wasn't like I took off to have a baby, or I, took time away, or it's uninterrupted work,
Yeah.
so it's because I've never stopped believing in my family's lineage, what they represent, and that even for the title of my book, The Last Hart Beating, big part of why I named the book that title is because I'm the last one in WWE still doing it at this level, and
Oh.
it's because of how highly I hold my family in that regard, that like I have to make them proud.
Yeah, you were one that is so driven. So that is your why. I mean, for the legacy. But what is it internally like when you wake up? There's still people that have not quite the legacy that your family has. Like, it's crazy when you really sit and think about it. Like, how much influence your family has had on this business that millions and millions of people love. But as you evolve, through what has kept you relevant moving forward through the business, through, like you said, 19 years WWE.
I love being able to pay it forward, and I love being able to create. I love being able to invent. I love being able to build. That's why I wanted to write a book. That's why I have my dungeon. I love inviting people to come to the ring, and we build and create. We build and create together. I love all of it. I just love creating. I love wrestling. I love seeing new talent come in. I love celebrating older talent. I love celebrating legends. I feel like there's so much more work to do. And like, it's funny. I've always just enjoyed my work so much that I sometimes can't believe it's actually like a job, because I love it so much. And that passion has carried me through to where I am today, where I'm in an arena ready to body slam someone for making too much noise. I'm just kidding. You're good. You're totally good. The, the guy carrying the boxes is laughing. Thank you guys. But anyway, but yeah, I love creating and inventing, and that's also why I'm doing this character outside of WWE right now, the Nattie character, because she has taken on a whole life of her own too. I mean, like I'm loving going back to my roots. So while I performed in front of millions of people in huge stadiums and arenas, I was like, I want to go back and like do the art. I want to go back in front of 200 people and create and invent and perform.
Yeah. No, so I love, and you say character. I don't want to use character. I think we look at Natalya, we look at Nattie. Like, is it a little mix of both? That who's the real character?
Well, Nattie is more me. Nattie is the real me. And Natalya she is a WWE veteran of 18 and a half years. She is safe. Natalya is reliable. She's steady. She's the team player. She's here to just make everybody happy. Whereas Nattie is the person who wrote The Last Hart Beating. She wrote the book, and she is doing this work outside of WWE with the handcuffs off. And she is creating everything that she knew she could always be without the restrictions. Because, of course, like when you work for a company like WWE and you work here for as long as you do, for me, I loved working for Vince McMahon. I had a great relationship with him, and he was great to me. But I also feel like there was times when I needed to do more and say more and be more. And I never wanted to rock the boat. I didn't want to piss anyone off. I didn't want to step out of line. I didn't want to I think I was trying so hard to please everybody and what I thought they wanted, that I sometimes put what I needed on the back burner. So now I've kind of realized that it's okay to do something different, to be more, to evolve. and really take the stuff that I learned from my family in the dungeon and really put it into play. And that's why, like, when I approached Josh Barnett in April about doing Bloodsport, Josh was like, "You really, I approached him, sorry, in February about doing Bloodsport in April." And Josh didn't know I could do that. He's like, "Well, I don't know if it's your style. I don't know if it's something that you can do. I don't know if it's like, it's really hard. You know what it is? It's kind of like MMA. It's a little bit more, you know." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Josh, trust me, this is what I was born to do. This is what we did in the dungeon.
Right.
This is what we did in the dungeon." And so that first blood sport that I did, I think I kind of blew everybody away because that was the real me coming through. And it was something that was always inside of me from when I first started learning how to wrestle in 2000 with my husband, in the dungeon. But like that, those were my early years.
Yeah.
So I love it. I love this new energy. I love building. I love creating. I love giving back, but I also like going out there and decimating people. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Nah, I love that. I like the energy and just even the photos. Like you look like a monster, a beautiful monster. But like I love the energy and like the transition to that. And it's like I seeing Karrion Kross out here for the benefit for Chris Bay was you saw him back in his element where he's able to create and make a match, that's not in the confines of something else. And it was just that freedom. It was like, that's why we fell in love with Karrion Kross, because he was doing this. Then of course you got to play by some rules, but to see you out there doing what you're doing, like I'm telling you, is there a chance that we see this evolve into WWE?
I really want to bring Nattie to WWE. I definitely want to bring her to WWE. I think Nattie has to be handled very carefully because the second we bring her to WWE and we don't have a good game plan, I think we can lose the character. You know what I mean? So we have to handle her very carefully. A big part of the inspiration for this not game plan, a big part of this inspiration for this character is the inspiration came from Mick Foley when he was
Okay.
Mick Foley in WWE, and then outside of WWE, he was Cactus Jack. And so I think a lot about Mick Foley and like just the contrast between those two characters and the creativity where it's like he can morph back into both of them. He can do both of them. He can play both of them. Mick Foley's been Mick Foley, Cactus Jack, they've been a huge like that's been a big part of the inspiration for all of this. But I want to bring Nattie to WWE. We just have to make sure that the women of the division can handle Nattie because I'm not sure if all of them can hang with Nattie.
No, I don't believe that either. So, ladies and gentlemen of the world, I say hashtag we want Nattie. Let's get that trending and make that happen ASAP. And you talk about Mick Foley. He's also getting honored this year at the CAC reunion. So big shout out to Mick. It's going down August 18th through the 20th at the Plaza Hotel and Casino out here in Las Vegas. You got a book coming out October 28th, The Last Hart Beating. I'm excited to get my hands on this thing. Writing the book for the people that are going to pick it up and read through it. What are you hoping that they get from this?
I think it's funny. I was talking today to my publisher about we're doing an audiobook. I haven't announced that yet. So breaking news.
Yeah, there we go.
Breaking news. But if you pick up on it, you pick up on it. But like I was talking to my publisher today about like what was it that I want to write, and like I write a column for the Toronto Sun newspaper, and I want to write a column about what made me want to write the book, and what inspired me, what was going through my mind when I was writing it, because I think about it a lot, and I've given a few people a copy of the book, like the manuscript, because I don't have it actually in a physical form yet. I only have it digitally, but it's done. Okay. But the people that I've given a copy of the book to, they said that, like Bianca Belair, for example, she read the book in 2 days and she said she couldn't put it down. She was talking about it with Tez at her kitchen table. She was like, Tez, like you can't, like, she was just like, and she would text me after every chapter going like, she couldn't wait to get to the next chapter. And that's what I wanted. I wanted people to get really excited. I wanted the book to be an escape for people. I wanted the book to heal people. I wanted it to be a book that you pick up and you like. It's my favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
Yeah, of course.
It's like one of the best movies ever, and it's full of hope. And I wanted people to have a lot of hope when they got done reading my book, because I think in a big way, the defining underlying theme of my book is success is gonna be totally redefined. That all the things that you thought that you were looking for, all the things that you thought you were chasing, they weren't the real things that you needed to be happy, to be fulfilled, to be to really feel great inside. And I realized that while I was chasing all those things, I end up finding what it is that I was actually looking for. So it'll help people redefine success. It's a book about healing. It's a book about finding people, losing people, gaining people, and just going through shit, going through so much, and then coming out on the other side stronger, and realizing like I needed to go through all of that to get to where I'm at now and to really appreciate all of this.
Yeah.
But also to
Beautiful.
get through the book and to be like, I wanted to be the first person in my family that came out on the other side not broken, because the business can take a toll on people. The business can take a toll on people physically and mentally. And I really, I saw everything that my uncle Bret Hart went through when, he got kicked in the head by Goldberg. I saw what my dad went through. Of course, Owen, it was one of the worst, most horrible tragedies that ever happened in professional wrestling. It was just something that rocked my entire family to its core. And of course, my uncle, Davy Boy Smith, died very, very young. Dynamite Kid was, very broken towards the end of his life. And like my grandfather, even up until his late 80s, he wasn't mentally broken, but he was physically broken because wrestling took such a toll on his body.
Yeah.
So I wanted to give people hope in the sense that like the industry is different now. And I realized that like I didn't have to win all these titles. I didn't have to main event WrestleMania. I didn't have to like have all these things that I was chasing the whole time to feel successful, I'm still standing. I'm the last heart beating. I survived and I'm not broke or broken. That was the biggest thing, is just not being broke or broken, but thriving and feeling great on the inside.
No, that is beautiful. And I mean, writing a book is such an intimate situation. And I heard you talk about Bret Hart suggested you start journaling, as far as your journey and everything. When you're writing a book, I mean, that's a deep dive into all those experiences. And you kind of explain what you want people to take from this book, but what did you learn about yourself coming out of the other end of writing this book?
I think for me, I realized that most people don't know my story. And even my husband, TJ, read the book, and TJ will actually be presenting me with the award at the CAC this year. I wanted him to do that because he's just, there's nobody that's been a part of my journey more than him. And I realized that, when he read the book, and he knows me better than anybody, and he was like, I didn't realize that you saw everything like this. He's like, this is a totally different perspective I never knew you had. He lives with me, and he saw everything so differently once he read the book. He said to me, he goes, he woke me up at 3 a.m. because he finished reading the book. He's a night owl, and he's like, I loved your book. He's like, it was so powerful. He's like, it's so powerful. He's like, I didn't realize that it could be so healing. I thought I knew the stories, but I didn't realize that this is how you viewed all of it. And he's like, it's really powerful, and it's really different, and it's really hopeful. He's like, it's not sad. It's really strong and powerful. And that's the thing, is I want people to read this book, and I want it to help heal them. And I also want people that have never watched WWE to understand and relate to this book, because it will touch people in a way that I think is very powerful. Bianca Belair told me, she's like, I needed this book. She's like, I didn't know how much I needed this book. She's like, I needed this book.
Yeah, that is a blessing. I mean, you've influenced so many people in the wrestling world, but to be able to just say you can transcend and touch anybody on a powerful message of your story, and being a fan watching, it's like, Nattie, she ain't never went through no stuff. But as you detail, like the legacy and the heartbreak and situations that happen, it's like we often forget we're human. That's family. And how would I feel if that was my family going through these things? And to be able to be honest and put it out in a book, like that's a scary thing, and I applaud you for that.
Well, thank you, David. And that's the thing too, is that when I was writing the book, there was times that I was having like a lot of anxiety about sharing certain things. I was scared to share a lot of it because I was like, oh, I don't want this person to hate me. I don't want that person to hate me. I don't know if Vince is going to like this. I don't know if the company's going to like this. Becky Lynch gave me some of the best advice. She was like, just put it down. She
Yeah.
just write it, just write it, get it out, just fucking do it. Like just put it on paper and then let WWE have a courtesy read and make sure that they're okay with everything and go from there. Because I didn't like, she's like, you can't write a book and have every page be at the back of your mind. Well, what if they don't like this? Or what if they don't like
Right.
that? It's like, it's my life. It's what
Yeah.
happened.
It's the truth.
It's
Yeah.
how I viewed it. It's the way I lived through it, and so I took her advice. And also my uncle, Brett wrote Brett's book, Hitman, is revered as one of the greatest professional wrestling books ever. And New York Times bestseller, all of that. And Brett said to me, he goes, don't write the book for anybody but yourself. He goes, write it for you. And so Brett telling me to write the book for me, Becky telling me not to be afraid, it was like once I got done writing it, they loved it. They read it. They were so supportive of it. I gave them several courtesy reads just to make sure that, because I work for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
100%.
work for them and I respect them, but they were so supportive. So then I felt so much better about like all the things I was sharing.
Yeah. Um, and just from journaling, like I journal and I put so much personal stuff in there, and I'm like, oh, when I die, like they're open for rude awakenings and all this stuff. But also, like when my younger brother passed away, seeing his journal, that allowed me to know him so much better and like learn what he was going through, and it's stuff that we often don't put out there in the world, and people never know what you're going through or what you fought through or like how you became the way you became. They just think it's all a facade, but that's very powerful.
Journaling is and Brett had told me that from the very beginning of my career. He's like, write everything down, write your matches down, talk. Like he would talk into a tape recorder, and he saved all of those tape recordings of after his matches. And Brett is really he's all about attention to detail. So Brett has been probably my biggest inspiration in writing the book. And Brett and Dwayne Johnson actually did the forwards for my book. I have basically two forwards for my book, and they both did them. So breaking news here, breaking news. But I wanted both of them to be a part of the introduction of my story because Brett had a really powerful story that I wanted him to share with the world that I had never shared with anyone, and he shared it. And then Dwayne, I wanted him to be a part of it because his dad was a wrestler, just like my dad. His grandmother was a promoter, just like my grandfather. And so he was the first third generation male superstar in WWE. And I'm the first third generation female. So we had all these like parallels. And I was like, you know what? I really want to stand on my own 2 feet. And of course, it's easy to rely on family. It's easy to go, Brett would do anything for me. But I really wanted to also have Dwayne a part of it too, because, he has those similarities. And Dwayne personally wrote it. He didn't have anybody else helping him. And it was beautiful. And it was like, he put so much effort and time into it. And it just meant the world to me that he did that. It's so special.
Yeah. And as we look at, talking about your book, in the book of life, what is your favorite chapter as you were looking through that? And then what is the next chapter for Nattie?
I know when I think about my favorite chapter, I think about there's so many chapters I love. I think I like the epilogue. I like at the end when there's a really powerful message in the epilogue, and it's a lot about legacy. And it's funny, when Dwayne Johnson was helping me write the forward, when he was writing the forward, he messaged me, he sent me this beautiful message, sent me a voice note, and he said, hey, I need to ask you some questions before I write this. He's like, what does legacy mean to you? What does it mean to you? Like, really, really tell me what legacy means to you. And so I started thinking about that question, and I ended up realizing that was the ending of my book. I was like, and so that explains it in the ending about what legacy means to me. And it's really, really powerful. But Dwayne was the one that, like, because he asked me that question, I started thinking about it. I was like, this has to be the closing. This has to be the end, because this is so strong. This is the big finish. So the epilogue, I loved. The epilogue is, I think people will love it. I think people are gonna laugh cry, and heal from this book, and they're gonna like get so much out of it.
Yeah, I think that's everything you want. Like, and we talk about the next chapter for you. I mean, you're evolving the Nattie thing, the awards, doing everything. What's that next chapter look like for Natalya?
For me, I just want to keep creating. I realize how much I love writing by doing this book. I want to make the book into something bigger. Working on that. I can't break that news, and I can't break that for another couple months. But I'm working on something even more than the book. And then I love what I do at the dungeon. I love creating. I love inventing. I love this business, and I will always be a part of this business. But like, I also see myself building and doing so many more things. But the thing that I'm working on outside of the book is something I'm really excited about, and I'm going to be able to talk a little bit more about it probably closer to October.
Okay, can we get a hint, and then I'll air this in October? Maybe. No hints.
It's just bigger than the book. If you think about what it is, it's bigger than the book. But the book is the big brother. But the project I'm doing after that it's an extension of the book. So I'm sworn to secrecy, but if you can put two and two together.
Yeah. I think I'm there.
But yeah, it's gonna be I'm working very hard on that. So, but my thing is that even when the book was done, like when I finished the book, I didn't want to announce the book until I knew it was a done deal, because I don't want to jinx things, because it's like, it's easy to, it would be easy for me a year ago to do an interview and go, I'm writing a book, and people are like, oh, well, everybody says that, and then like, if it didn't happen or it fell through, but one day at a time. Literally, I'm just taking everything one day at a time. Right now, I'm in Quebec City, Canada. Quebec City, Quebec. I guess in Canada. I mean, listen, when you're in Canada, it's all heart country. Like, that's all I'm gonna say is I'm a Canadian through and through. But tonight, Maxine Dupree is taking on Becky Lynch for the women's IC title, and it's gonna be a showdown. But Becky knows she can handle Natalya, but I know Becky knows she can't handle Nattie. So we're gonna see what happens tonight.
I'm looking forward to that. And like we said, August 18th through the 20th, it is going down. Plaza CAC 59th annual reunion. Is this your first reunion?
Yes, my very first time ever doing Cauliflower Alley.
So do you know what to expect, or what is your thought process? I know you're coming in and like you got a tight schedule there, but what are your expectations here? So
I'm excited. My biggest thing is I just want to see everyone. I want to meet everyone, and I want to take in the experience and just kind of show gratitude for being invited, show gratitude for the people that have paved the way for me. And just like, I'm so excited to see Dr. Tom Pritchard get his award for training. I'm excited to see Jazz there. I'm excited to see Mick Foley there. I feel like it's going to be really a legendary event. And so I'm excited to meet everyone. I'm doing a signing there as well. I believe at 1 p.m. I'm doing a signing. So
on Tuesday the 19th.
Yes, and Tuesday the 19th.
And we want to thank you because, number one, you're donating your time for this. I know, autograph signings, you guys do a lot of those, and 100% of proceeds are going to the benevolent fund, to the CAC, so we can help out more people in the industry that need our help. So we definitely thank you for that.
Of course.
And looking forward to you being there. And one thing, I know you're pressed for time. You got a lot moving and shaking over there, but I'm the David difference. Oh, what a difference a Dave makes. And a lot of people have a dream to be a professional wrestler. A lot of people have a dream to be an author. A lot of people have a dream to be a reality show star. You've done it all. When it comes to Natalya, what's the difference?
When I'm looking forward, like forward is forward for me. Like when I'm not thinking about being the good girl, being the company girl, being Natalya, I'm thinking about how to be the most authentic Nattie that I know how to be, and how to be me without feeling scared, how to be me without feeling like I'm going to get, as we say in wrestling, heat. Nattie is really just about getting, the handcuffs off, sort of thing. But I'm very proud of everything that Natalya has done. Natalya survived. She's the last heart beating, but Nattie is thriving. Nattie is, she's still standing. She's thriving. She's kicking ass. She's taking names. Natalya says, I survived. Nattie says, you won't.
I love that. And I thank you for your time. She's on the cover of the latest edition of The Ear. There she is. And she will be out here in Las Vegas coming up next week. I'm excited. I know Las Vegas is excited, and people are coming from all over for this one. Any last words? I know you got a lot of things to do there, but any last words to the fans out there?
Oh, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for being on this journey with me since the beginning. I have so many amazing, loyal fans that have just been by my side through thick and thin. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's never gone unnoticed with me.
Yeah. And thank you. One last thing is, like, you've given so much to this business, and we thank you for that. When you look back and you reflect, what has the business given to you?
It's given me everything. The business gave me my relationship with my husband. It's given me the ability to provide for myself and my family. It's given me the ability to travel the entire world. It's given me the ability to give back. It's given me the ability to reach people that I would never have been able to reach before. Like, even just the work we do in WWE with like all this community outreach stuff with kids that are dying of cancer. We're able to boost people's morale. We're able to touch people in a way that I never would have been able to do any of this without having the career in wrestling that I have. And I'm able to enjoy my life. I have fun. I literally get to travel the world, meet people from every walk of life, and live my dreams. Like, I couldn't ask for a better existence. And I owe everything. I owe everything to professional wrestling.
Oh, that's beautiful. And I'm grateful and blessed. And again, you're just a magical being. I'm excited to meet you next week out here in Las Vegas. And again, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you. The CAC appreciates you. Become a member today. It's $35 for a year. You get in there and you're helping out some good people, and you get to get the ear quarterly with Nattie.
Love that.
That's the price.
Oh my gosh, I'm going to sign up.
There you go. We got you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. And
thank you, David.
reach out if you need anything.
Okay. Thank you so much.